10 brutal lies elderly people believe today. Aging is a journey filled with wisdom, reflection, and opportunities. However, as we grow older, society, media, and even our internal dialogues can plant misconceptions in our minds, misconceptions that can hinder our happiness and fulfillment. Here, we debunk 10 of the most common lies elderly people tend to believe today and offer practical, wise advice for those age 65 and older. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. It's too late to learn something new. The belief that learning is a young person's privilege is one of the most disheartening lies whispered into the ears of older adults. It's a whisper that grows louder as we age, convincing many of us to close the doors of curiosity and resign to a life of repetition. But this belief couldn't be further from the truth. Learning is not tethered to youth. It is the heartbeat of growth, regardless of age. Think about the first time you learned to ride a bicycle or read a book on your own. The exhilaration, the discovery, the connection to something greater than yourself. That spark doesn't fade with time. It only lies dormant if we let it. Learning is the soul's way of staying alive, vibrant, and engaged with the world. Recent studies have shown that the brain retains its plasticity well into old age. This means we are biologically equipped to learn new things, whether it's mastering a musical instrument, picking up a new language, or navigating today's technology. Beyond the science, the joy of learning brings a profound sense of purpose. It is not just about acquiring skills. It's about proving to ourselves that we are still capable of transformation. Consider the story of Mary, a retired teacher who, at 72, decided to take up painting. She wasn't aiming to sell her work or impress anyone. She just wanted to feel the brush glide across the canvas, to see her thoughts take form in vibrant colors. She often says that those hours spent painting taught her something unexpected. It wasn't just the art she was learning, she was rediscovering herself. Take action. Think about something you've always wanted to try but felt hesitant about, perhaps baking artisan bread, learning to play the piano, or even using social media to connect with family. Begin with small steps. Take a class at your local community center or watch online tutorials tailored for seniors. Remember, the act of learning is not about perfection. It's about participating in life with open arms. You are not too old to learn. You are not too old to grow. And you are certainly not too old to rediscover the joy of being a beginner again. 2. My health is beyond my control. One of the cruelest lies aging people believe is that their health is predetermined, unchangeable, and beyond their control. It's easy to fall into this trap when faced with a world that often equates growing older with inevitable decline. Yes, time changes our bodies, but it does not strip us of agency. We have more power over our well-being than we realize. Health is not just the absence of disease, it is the presence of vitality, mobility, and mental clarity. While certain conditions may come with age, how we respond to those changes can make all the difference. Think of your health as a garden. It needs tending. If left neglected, weeds will overtake it. But with care, even a wild garden can flourish again. Take, for instance, the story of Bob, a retired mechanic in his late 60s. Years of backbreaking work had left him with chronic pain and limited mobility. He could have accepted his discomfort as a permanent reality, but instead, he sought change. With guidance from his doctor, Bob started gentle stretching exercises and began walking short distances every day. Within months, his pain lessened, his energy improved, and for the first time in years, he felt capable of doing the things he loved again, like fishing and playing with his grandchildren. Take action. Start small and be consistent. If mobility is a challenge, try chair exercises or water aerobics, which are kinder on the joints. Explore nutrition tailored to your needs. Simple changes like reducing processed foods or Adding more greens can make a big difference. And don't underestimate the power of sleep and hydration. These are the foundations of good health at any age. Your health is not a fixed state. It's a dynamic, living part of your journey that responds to the love and care you give it. Even small efforts can yield profound changes over time. You are never powerless when it comes to your well being. 3. Technology is too complicated for me. In today's fast paced digital world, many older adults feel left behind, believing that technology is simply too overwhelming to grasp. This belief often stems from frustration, buttons that seem confusing, settings that don't make sense, and screens filled with endless possibilities. It's tempting to throw up your hands and say, "This just isn't for me." But the truth is, technology isn't your enemy. It's a bridge to a more connected and enriching life. Think about the loved ones who live far away, the memories you long to share, or the hobbies you could explore with the help of a few taps or clicks. Technology is not about mastering everything, it's about embracing the tools that can make life more meaningful. It's a way to connect with your grandchildren, order groceries when mobility is limited, or even join virtual book clubs filled with like minded individuals from around the world. Consider the story of Helen, a retired nurse who felt completely overwhelmed by her first smartphone at age 75. She resisted for months, worried she would break something or embarrass herself. But with the patient guidance of her granddaughter, Helen learned to navigate apps like FaceTime and Facebook. Soon, she was exchanging recipes with friends, watching church services online, and staying in touch with her family in ways she never thought possible. Her confidence grew, and with it, her sense of independence. Take action. Start with one device or app that adds value to your life. For instance, learning how to video call your loved ones can make holidays feel less lonely. If you feel stuck, ask for help. Libraries, community centers, and even your tech-savvy grandchildren are wonderful resources. Don't let fear stop you from experiencing the joy of connection that technology can bring. Remember, technology isn't reserved for the young. It's for the curious, the daring, and those who are willing to try. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. 4. I'm too old to contribute to society. As the years pass, it's easy to feel like society no longer has a place for you. Many older adults believe their time to make an impact is over, that they've given all they can, and that their contributions are no longer needed. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Your experiences, your wisdom, and your compassion are treasures that society desperately needs. Think about the lives you've touched over the years, the advice you've given, the skills you've shared, the people you've supported. These aren't just fleeting moments, they are legacies, ripples that continue to shape the world in ways you may not even realize. Your value doesn't diminish with age, it deepens, like the roots of a tree that has weathered countless seasons. Take, for example, George, a retired carpenter who believed his best days were behind him. After some encouragement, George began mentoring young men at a local vocational school, teaching them the trade he had mastered over decades. His guidance not only gave those students valuable skills, but also gave George a renewed sense of purpose and pride. He wasn't just contributing to society, he was shaping its future. Take action. Look for ways to share your time, talents, and stories. Volunteer at a local school, hospital, or community center. Join mentorship programs where you can guide younger generations. Even small gestures like participating in neighborhood events or sharing your knowledge online can create meaningful impact. You are not just a part of society. You are its foundation. Your life experience has shaped you into a source of wisdom and strength. Don't let anyone, including yourself, convince you that your time to contribute has passed. The world still needs you, perhaps now more than ever. 5. Everyone I love will eventually leave me. Loneliness has a way of creeping into our hearts as we age, especially after the loss of loved ones or as family members move away. This sense of isolation can convince us that inevitably everyone we care about will eventually drift out of our lives. It's a heavy lie that casts shadows over the joy and connection still possible in our golden years. Loss is undeniably a part of life, and as we grow older, the sting of absence becomes sharper. But believing that love always ends in separation limits the love that still surrounds you. The truth is, love doesn't vanish, it transforms. Relationships may shift, but they don't have to fade. Friendships can be nurtured, and new bonds can be formed at any stage of life. Take, for instance, Margaret, who had lost her husband of 50 years and felt completely alone. She believed that nothing could replace the companionship they shared. One day, her daughter suggested she join a local gardening club. Margaret hesitated, convinced that no one would understand her grief. But week by week, as she dug her hands into the soil and shared conversations with fellow gardeners, she found a new community, people who cared, listened, and valued her presence. Take action. Start small. Look for opportunities to connect with others, whether it's joining a group that shares your interests or simply inviting a neighbor over for tea. Stay in touch with family, even if it's through a phone call or a handwritten letter. Remember, love isn't confined to those you've lost. It's something you can rediscover and build anew. Your life is still filled with opportunities to give and receive love. The connections you form now can be just as meaningful and fulfilling as those you've cherished in the past. Let go of the belief that love is fleeting and embrace the truth that love is resilient. 6. My health is beyond my control. As we age, it's easy to believe that declining health is inevitable, a force beyond our influence. This lie convinces many older adults to surrender to aches, pains, and ailments without a fight, robbing them of the energy and joy that could still fill their days. While it's true that aging changes our bodies, it does not strip us of the ability to shape our health. Health is a partnership between what we're given and what we cultivate. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to big changes. Strength can be rebuilt, energy can be restored, mobility can be improved. It's never too late to take charge of your well-being. Consider Tom, a retired postal worker who spent his days sitting on the couch, feeling that his body had betrayed him. At 68, his doctor recommended he try gentle stretching to ease his back pain. Tom was skeptical, but decided to give it a shot. Soon, those stretches turned into short walks, and those walks turned into longer ones. 6 months later, Tom was not only pain-free, but also able to chase his grandkids around the yard, a joy he thought was lost forever. Take action. Start with realistic, manageable changes. Add more fruits and vegetables to your meals. Set aside 10 minutes each day for light exercise, such as stretching or a short walk. Consult your doctor to design a plan tailored to your needs. Don't underestimate the power of proper hydration, restful sleep, and regular checkups. Your health is a journey, not a destination. While you may not control every aspect of it, you hold far more power than you realize. Each small step you take today will pave the way for a more vibrant and fulfilling tomorrow. 7. Taking risks is for younger people. As we age, we often retreat into the familiar, believing that risk-taking is a luxury reserved for the young. Whether it's trying a new hobby, exploring a different career path, or forming new relationships, the lie that it's too late whispers in our ears, convincing us to play it safe. But this mindset only limits our growth and robs us of the thrill that life still holds. Taking risks isn't about recklessness. It's about courage. The courage to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Think about the great moments of your life. How many of them were born from a leap of faith? Whether it was starting a family, pursuing a career, or moving to a new place, those decisions likely carried an element of risk. And yet, they shaped you into who you are today. Take Jane, for example. At 72, she decided to pursue her lifelong dream of learning how to dance. She was terrified of looking foolish or injuring herself, but the pull of that dream was stronger than her fear. With the support of a local senior dance group, she not only mastered basic ballroom steps, but also found a community of people who inspired her to keep exploring life's possibilities. Jane's courage reminded her that growth doesn't stop with age, it only evolves. Take action. Think of something you've always wanted to try but never dared to. Maybe it's painting, starting a small business, or even traveling solo. Begin with small, manageable steps. Take a single class, join a local group, or talk to someone who's done what you're dreaming of. The reward isn't just in the result, it's in proving to yourself that you still have the courage to say yes to life. Remember, taking risks doesn't mean being reckless, it means being alive. And life at any age is far too precious to live solely within the boundaries of safety. 8. I shouldn't talk about my struggles. For many older adults, especially those raised in an era where emotions were kept private, the idea of sharing personal struggles feels uncomfortable, even shameful. You might believe that opening up burdens others, or that resilience means facing challenges alone. But this silence can weigh heavily on your heart, isolating you from the support and understanding you deserve. Struggles don't make you weak, they make you human. Sharing them is not a sign of failure, it's a courageous act of connection. Vulnerability creates space for healing, both for you and those who listen. By expressing your struggles, you may inspire others to do the same, creating a bond built on trust and mutual understanding. Consider Harold, a Vietnam War veteran who spent decades bottling up the pain of his experiences. For years, he avoided talking about his nightmares and feelings of guilt, believing no one would understand. But after joining a local support group for veterans, Harold found not only relief, but also purpose. By sharing his story, he became a source of strength for others navigating similar battles. Take action. If you're facing emotional or physical challenges, reach out to someone you trust, a family member, friend, or counselor. Many communities and organizations offer support groups specifically for seniors, providing a safe space to share your thoughts. Even journaling your feelings can be a powerful first step toward releasing what you've been holding inside. Your struggles do not define you, but how you address them does. Speaking openly about what you're facing is not just an act of courage, it's a gift to yourself and others. You're not alone, and you don't have to face life's challenges in silence. 9. Money no longer matters once I retire. The belief that money loses its importance after retirement is a comforting lie that too many of us hold on to. It's tempting to think that after decades of work, financial concerns should fade into the background. But in reality, money is more than just a means to pay bills. It's a key that unlocks freedom, dignity, and security in your golden years. Assuming it no longer matters can lead to financial strain, missed opportunities, and unnecessary stress when you should be savoring life. Retirement doesn't mean the end of planning. It means the start of a new phase, one that requires wisdom and intentionality. Medical bills, home repairs, inflation, and unexpected expenses can quickly chip away at fixed incomes. Yet money is also the gateway to the joys that make life meaningful. Visiting grandchildren, pursuing hobbies, traveling to places you've always dreamed of, or simply ensuring you have the comfort and care you deserve. Take the story of Evelyn, a retired nurse who believed her modest savings and pension would carry her comfortably through retirement. For the first few years, she felt secure, spending freely on family and activities she enjoyed. But as her health declined and costs began to rise, Evelyn found herself cutting back on essentials and worrying about her future. Seeking help, she worked with a financial counselor to reassess her budget, explore assistance programs, and even downsize her home to free up resources. Through these adjustments, Evelyn regained her peace of mind and a renewed sense of control. Take action. Start by taking a clear look at your financial situation. Create a budget that reflects your current needs while allowing for occasional splurges on things that bring you joy. Stay proactive, review your healthcare coverage regularly, explore programs for seniors, and don't hesitate to seek advice from a trusted financial professional. If you feel your resources are stretched thin, remember that opportunities to generate supplemental income exist. Whether it's sharing your skills through consulting, renting out unused space in your home, or selling handmade crafts, small steps can make a significant difference. Your relationship with money in retirement is not about greed or accumulation. It's about ensuring that you can live with confidence and without unnecessary worry. Money may not buy happiness, but it provides the freedom to focus on the moments and experiences that truly matter. As you navigate this stage of life, remember, being mindful about your finances isn't a burden. It's a gift you give yourself. It's the assurance that even in uncertain times, you are prepared to embrace the life you've earned with grace and dignity. Financial security isn't just about numbers. It's about knowing that you're empowered to live fully and freely. 10. My best years are behind me. Of all the lies we tell ourselves as we age, the belief that our best years are in the past is perhaps the most painful and the most damaging. It's easy to fall into this mindset when the milestones of youth seem far away, careers that have ended, children who have grown, or physical abilities that may have waned. The world around us often reinforces this narrative, casting aging as a slow retreat rather than a time of opportunity. But this belief couldn't be further from the truth. Life is not a linear journey with a single peak. It's a tapestry woven from many moments of joy, growth, and connection. Your best years are not defined by a specific age or era. They are defined by how fully you embrace the present and how open you are to the possibilities that still lie ahead. If you convince yourself that the best is behind you, you risk closing the door to experiences, relationships, and joys that could enrich your life in ways you've never imagined. Consider the story of Samuel, a retired engineer who spent his early retirement feeling adrift. He believed that his most meaningful contributions were tied to his career, and without it, he saw little purpose in his days. That changed when a friend invited him to volunteer at a local school, tutoring children in math. At first, Samuel hesitated. What could he offer that mattered anymore? But as he worked with the students, he found not only a renewed sense of purpose, but also an unexpected joy in connecting with a new generation. For Samuel, this chapter of life became one of the most fulfilling. Take action. Reframe how you view this stage of life. Instead of focusing on what you've left behind, think about what you've gained. The wisdom that comes from experience, the freedom to pursue passions without the constraints of youth, and the opportunity to leave a lasting legacy. Set goals that excite you, whether they're as simple as starting a garden or as ambitious as writing your memoirs. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and seek out activities that spark curiosity and joy. Remember that life is a series of seasons, each with its own beauty and challenges. Just as spring brings renewal and summer brings energy, the later seasons of life offer their own gifts, reflection, clarity, and the chance to live with greater intention. Your best years are not behind you. They are within you, waiting to be discovered. The richness of life doesn't come from what you've done, but from what you choose to do now. Every day is a new opportunity to create meaning, to connect, and to grow. Let go of the lie that your time has passed and embrace the truth. The best chapters of your story may still be waiting to be written. Closing thoughts: the power of truth in your golden years. Life in its later chapters is not defined by limitations, but by possibilities. The lies we've explored here, those whispers of doubt, resignation, or fear, are nothing more than shadows trying to cloud the brilliance of your journey. But the truth? The truth is that your age is a testament to your resilience, your wisdom, and your ability to adapt. You are not a relic of the past. You are a beacon for what it means to live fully, intentionally, and authentically. Each day is a gift, a canvas waiting to be painted with the colors of your passions, your connections, and your dreams. You've carried stories, lessons, and experiences that no one else can replicate. These are your treasures to share with the world, and they are far from finished. As you move forward, embrace this stage of life with curiosity and courage. Break free from the lies that tether you to fear and step boldly into a life that reflects your truest self. Learn something new, nurture your health, form connections, and take risks that set your spirit free. Give yourself permission to grow, to hope, and to believe that your most profound joys and contributions are still ahead. Your golden years are not a twilight, they are a sunrise. Each new day brings light, warmth, and opportunity. Take hold of them, and remember, the most meaningful life is one where you honor your journey, cherish the present, and look to the future with hope and purpose. You are not defined by your age. You are defined by the life you choose to live now, and the best is yet to come. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.